Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of Josiah Agro TV. Today I'm here to tell you about the type of grasses you should plant in your farm. That is how I titled this video. Of course, you know that before you bring in any animal to your farm, you should have your feed available so that those animals will not come to your farm and begin to starve. That is what you're supposed to do. So there are different grasses that you can plant. You can plant the alfalfa, you can plant the super napier, you can plant the bracharia grasses, and other grasses available. You can plant them. Now in this video I want to tell you something. Like, a lot of people, if they want to start clearing their field to plant their grasses, you see that they'll cut down almost all of the grasses they have in their farm, cut down the trees, and they'll level everywhere before they bring in their grasses to plant. Now I want to give you a different approach towards that. If you have a grass growing in that field before, you don't need to chop down everything. You have to allow some to grow. Like trees, if you cut down some of the trees, what you need to do is, those trees definitely will regenerate back. So when they regenerate, these animals you're bringing, like your goats, when they come to your field, they definitely will still eat those shrubs. Goats specifically, they are browsers. Goats are browsers. They're not like sheep. Rams, they can definitely eat just the grasses. But if you have goats in your farm, for sure they like to eat shrubs. And those grasses growing, like you see the elephant grass and other grasses that grows in your village, those grasses are also good for animals to consume. They are also good and rich. And now you bring in some grasses, they tell you that they are resistant to drought. For sure those grasses might be resistant to drought or will be resistant to drought, but it won't be as compared to the grasses that have grown in that community for a long time. And that is why if you go to places like most places in the south, you see that during bush burning, they will burn down those bushes, and if you go there the next 3 days, you discover that those grasses will begin to regenerate. Why? Because they have been in that field for a very long time and they are kind of resistant to drought. So you need to allow those grasses to grow alongside with the ones that you brought to plant, so that your animals, when they graze in the field, they definitely will have varieties of grasses and shrubs to feed on. So don't eat everything or just cut down everything just to plant one particular type of grasses. Just make sure there is variety. And some of those leaves, those shrubs are medicinal. That's why back in the days you see that animals, when they graze, when they are allowed to move freely, and those animals, when they roam around freely, they go into the bush, eat different kind of herbs, and those things help their body. And that's why most of them don't even take antibiotics back in the days. So don't just level everywhere. Make sure that those grasses, you still allow some of them to be there, different kind of grasses, then leaves. And if you're planting, make sure you can plant alongside moringa, plant bitter leaf and other shrubs, that when those animals are grazing, they definitely will have varieties to eat. If not, you discover that sometimes your animals might go to the field and come back not having a full stomach, because goats, they like to eat small, they like to take different kind of feed alongside, not just eating grass. They will get bored eating just grasses. So this is what I want to share with you today. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Turn on your notification bell so that anytime I post videos like this, you'll be the first to be notified. In this channel, definitely I post tips that will help you succeed in your livestock farming. So my name is Josiah Adoga. Thank you for watching Josiah Agro TV. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.